Story number 39, Life in the Wilderness. In the mountains of Virginia, there is a Christian off-the-grid commune of 128 people called the Fishers of Men Commune, who own 1,500 acres of forested lands that straddle the border in between Virginia and West Virginia. The 128 people in the commune features people of many different age groups, with most of them in their 20s or 30s. 89 of the people in the commune live in family cabins, and the other 39 of them are already on their own and have not started a family yet, and thus they live in single residence cabins. The commune was started in the spring of 2015 by a Lutheran brother in Christ, Matthew Gibson, and his Reformed best friend, Tyree Baxter. They searched for fellow brothers and sisters in Christ who dreamed of living off the grid, and they formed a Christian off-the-grid commune in the mountains of Virginia and West Virginia. Of the 1,500 acres of land that the commune owns, 900 of it is in Virginia, and the other 600 of it is in West Virginia. 77 of the people live in cabins that are in the Virginia portion of the land, and the other 51 of those people live in cabins that are in the West Virginia portion of the land. The commune has two churches. The first one is Wildlife Lutheran Church, and the other one is Appalachian View Reformed Church. Interestingly enough, both churches each have a congregation of 62 people. Matthew Gibson is the pastor of Wildlife Lutheran Church, and Tyree Baxter is the pastor of Appalachian View Reformed Church. Some of the people in the commune hunt for meat and grow food gardens for fruits and vegetables. They also harvest pecans and acorns off of the trees. They also grow peanuts, almonds, pistachios, walnuts, and cashews around the land. They use solar panels for electricity, and they do not have internet. They also do not have any electronic devices either. What they love to do for fun are kayaking, swimming, hiking, fishing, hunting, stargazing, playing custom games, etc. They also go fishing for food too. They prepare their food in pots or pans that are hanged over bonfires. They even have mills to mill pecans into pecan flour, and then make pecan flour bread out of it. The most popular dish in this commune is pecan flour pizza. They also mill the other nuts to make the other nut flours too. The commune also owns cows, chickens, and pigs. On Monday, April 1st, 2024, 6 more people joined the commune, which now grew the commune to 134 people. The 6 new members of the commune learned how to build a cabin, and then they did just that. The 6 new members also brought solar eclipse glasses, so this way the entire commune could enjoy viewing the solar eclipse on the following Monday. Then on Monday, April 8th, the entire commune gathered together in the afternoon to enjoy the partial solar eclipse, as they were around the 85% zone. They enjoyed the stunning eclipse. Then, nearly a year later, on Sunday, February 9th, 2025, Matthew Gibson's wife, Janae, gave birth to their third child, who is a son. Matthew and his wife named their son Darren. On the morning of Friday, March 14th, the commune enjoyed the lunar eclipse. They also have 3 telescopes in the commune, just in case if any future lunar eclipses cannot be viewed with the naked eye due to cloudy weather. Then the commune would be able to view it with the telescopes. On Saturday, April 5th, a man named Jordan Mitchell was celebrating his 24th birthday by enjoying a picnic with his 20-year-old girlfriend, Rose Hayes. The picnic was in the woods in the Gagaba area, and they enjoyed peanut butter and bacon sandwiches made with acorn flour bread, with an apple on the side. They drank pine needle tea with their lunch at the picnic. Then, after the picnic, Gordon and his girlfriend, Rose, enjoyed canoeing in the river. They enjoyed the stunning views of nature as they were canoeing. Gordon was also talking about how the beauty of God's creation and how spending time in nature is one of the most exciting things to do. Rose agreed with him. The canoeing adventure was then followed by a hike in the mountains, and the wildlife they saw were deer and bunnies. Later that day, Gordon enjoyed a venison steak glazed with garlic butter with a side of buttery mashed cauliflower for his birthday dinner. After the fun date, Gordon and Rose were on. Rose returned home to a cabin she built with help from her dad. Rose had her cabin built back in October of 2024, which was when she was ready to be on her own. She chose the duty of growing herbs in a gardening basket to contribute to the commune. The cabin was finished being built in November of 2024, and Rose had her furniture set up. On Sunday, April 6th, Terry Baxter hosted a prayer breakfast just before the service, just like what Matthew Gibson did on the previous Sunday. The people at the prayer breakfast enjoyed acorn flour pancakes, bacon, beef sausage, eggs, and pecan flour toast. Everyone there enjoyed normal-sized breakfasts. Some people had the pancakes with bacon and eggs, some people had just the toast, eggs, and beef sausage, and other people had a combination of 2 or 3 food options. Gluttonous-sized meals were not allowed in the prayer breakfast. The beverages people enjoyed at the prayer breakfast were either pine needle tea, green tea, lavender tea, or coffee. Later that morning, Terry Baxter preached a sermon about the 5 points of Calvinism. Terry Baxter is a Calvinist pastor who is of the Reformed denomination. He was pointing to the chapters or verses that could support the 5 points of Calvinism. Terry Baxter also pointed out that the topic of Calvinism is a secondary issue, and not a primary issue, since having different views on that issue will not affect your salvation. On that same day, Matthew Gibson preached a sermon about how Jesus Christ is both physically and spiritually present in communion. He pointed to Matthew 26 through 28 as evidence to prove this, which says, as they were eating, Jesus took bread and blessed it, and brake it, and gave it to the disciples, and said, Take, eat, this is my body. And he took the cup, and gave thanks, and gave it to them, saying, Drink ye all of it, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. After the sermon, a 19-year-old woman named Macy Powell hiked to the river. She then sat on a log and did something called stump sitting. Stump sitting is a fun task where you sit still on a log, bench, or the ground and observe the nature around you. While Macy was stump sitting, she observed the wonderful breeze, the birds, the deer, and the bunnies. She even saw a few dragonflies as well. Around 4 months later on Friday, August 15th, Macy was celebrating her 5th spiritual birthday. A spiritual birthday is the anniversary of the Christian's conversion. In the afternoon, she went hiking in the mountains after eating acorn flour pancakes topped with peanut butter and bacon. Just like everyone else in the commune, she loved being in nature. All the time. And it never got old, especially since the scenery changes every season. While she was hiking, she was enjoying a nice cup of lavender tea, which is her favorite. After the hike, she played a fun game of volleyball with her friends. It was a very good game, and the 2 teams each had 2 men and 2 women so that the game could have a fair outcome. Interestingly enough, Macy's team won the first and second game with a best-2-out-of-3 matchup of volleyball. After the game, Macy and her friends went into change rooms to change into swimwear, and then went swimming in the river. At night, Macy and her friends went stargazing. They had an amazing time seeing all the stars in the night sky. In church 2 days later, Macy shared her testimony about how she got saved. On the next day, it was a rainy day and Macy had a blast playing in the rain, since there was no thunderstorm. She played in the rain for about half an hour, and then she went swimming in the rain. She had so much fun swimming in the rain that she swam in the rain for around an hour and a half. The rain stopped around 40 minutes after she finished swimming. Macy only plays or swims in rain if it's a warm or a hot day, and if there's no thunderstorm. Other people in the commune also love to play in the rain, and even swim in the rain too, as long as there's no thunderstorm, and if it's a warm or a hot day. On Thursday, January 8th, 2026, Matthew Gibson hosted a seminar to teach young adults how to properly hunt animals for food. The commune has 18-year-olds attend the seminar, so this way they could begin learning how it's properly done, and what all is needed before they hunt animals for food. The seminar was only an hour long, and it took place in the church basement. The seminars are hosted once every 6 months, on the second Thursday of the month. On Monday, January 12th, an 18-year-old man named Justin Ryback officially moved into his cabin. After the move, he chose the duty of chopping wood, and then handing it to people who came. He became one of the now 14 members of the commune who chose the duty of chopping wood for fireplaces, building cabins if needed, and bonfires for cooking. The members of the commune are required to choose a duty after moving into their own cabin, which happens anywhere between the ages of 18 and 20, depending on when the person is ready to have his or her own cabin. The different types of duties that people would choose from were chopping wood, herb gardens, growing fruit and vegetables, growing nuts, hunting, and fishing. On Saturday, March 21st, Justin looked into a telescope to gaze at the different planets. He did this just before stargazing, and he attempted to spot a shooting star. Just after he spot one, it reminded him of how some of the Christian novels he read depicted meteor showers as a natural disaster, even though meteor showers are not disasters, but are a natural phenomena that are perfectly enjoyable. After going back inside, he picked up a Christian novel and enjoyed reading it. The Christian novel he was reading was about a group of 5 men who walked in God's calling in different aspects of life, and at different life stages. Justin's favorite hobbies are canoeing, hiking, fishing, reading novels, swimming, playing in rain when there's no thunder, and stargazing. People in the commune also have reliable foraging guides, so this way they can properly forage for edible plants for food as well. Foraging is also one of the duties that 18 to 20-year-olds can choose from upon being on their own. There was a 19-year-old man named Paul Townsend who was ready to be on his own when he turned 19. His 19th birthday was on Wednesday, January 14th. He moved into his own cabin on his 19th birthday, and he chose the duty of foraging for edible plants. He dreamed of that duty ever since he was 12. His parents began to teach him how to properly forage for edible plants when he was 12. The 7 years of learning how to properly forage edible plants paid off. Paul forages edible plants and then distributes them to the people in the commune every week, from Monday through Friday, as that is a 5-day duty. In the commune, some duties are 4-day duties, and some are 5-day duties. Some examples of 4-day duties are setting up solar panels when needed, buying glass for future cabins, herb gardening, tending livestock, beekeeping for honey, and hunting animals for food. Some examples of 5-day duties are gardening fruits and vegetables, harvesting nuts, chopping wood, and foraging edible plants. Providing first aid to injured members is the only duty that is all week. The 4-day duties are Mondays through Thursdays, and the 5-day duties are Mondays through Fridays. The duty that Pastor Matthew Gibson chose is herb gardening. The duty that Pastor Terry Baxter chose is buying glass for future cabins. Commune members also have the option to change duties if they want to, as long as each duty still has a decent amount of commune members carrying it out. The cows are grass-fed, and the chickens and pigs are pasture-raised. On Sunday, March 29th, an 18-year-old woman named Ariel Gatsby was told by her guardians to put the dishes from breakfast in the dishwasher before leaving for church, after getting ready for church, as the family was leaving for church 30 minutes before the service starts, since the church is a 25-minute hike away. While Ariel was getting ready for church, she was tempted to neglect the dishes. She sadly fell into the temptation to neglect the dishes. After church, when Ariel's guardians Marcus Gatsby and Linda Gatsby saw that Ariel neglected the dishes, she was in trouble. Marcus chastised Ariel for neglecting the dishes. Ariel's lips quivered, and then she made up a horrible excuse. After Ariel made up a horrible excuse, that landed her in more trouble. The fun plans that she had, which was with her guardians, were cancelled by her guardians. Ariel then went to chill outside, feeling sorry that she gave into temptation. She had a godly sorrow since she was sorry that she let the Lord down, and not because she got in trouble. As she was chilling outside, she prayed a repentant prayer to the Lord. On Saturday, April 4th, Ariel's cabin was finished being built so that she could have her own place. She then moved into her own place, and the furniture was set up nicely for her. Marcus and Linda Gatsby are Ariel's foster parents, as they adopted her back in May of 2013 when she was age 5. On Sunday, April 5th, both pastors had the wonderful idea of having a Resurrection Sunday prayer breakfast just before the service started. The breakfast course options were acorn flour pancakes, bacon, beef sausage, eggs, almond flour toast, and 250 milliliter serving of pecan flour porridge. The beverage options were chamomile tea, lavender tea, green tea, rose tea, water, orange juice, and coffee. People were only allowed to choose 2 or 3 courses as long as the meal doesn't become too large, and they were only allowed to choose up to 2 beverages. Both prayer breakfasts had the same options and rules. Jordan Mitchell enjoyed the prayer breakfast, as that was also his birthday breakfast as well. Jordan loved that his birthday was on Resurrection Sunday in that year. It brought back memories from 2015, which was the last time his birthday was on Resurrection Sunday. Jordan attends Wildlife Lutheran Church. Matthew Gibson preached a sermon about the true meaning of Easter, aka Resurrection Sunday. He also pointed out that the topic of whether to celebrate Easter or not is a secondary issue, and not a salvation issue, since different views on this topic has no bearing on salvation. On Saturday, May 16th, Jordan Mitchell went on a date with his girlfriend Rose Hayes. It was a kayaking date where they went kayaking and then enjoyed a picnic next to the river. On this picnic, they enjoyed BLT sandwiches on walnut flour bread, with a side of blueberries, and some chamomile tea. Then they had a friendly conversation, and before you knew it, Jordan popped the question. He asked Rose if she wanted to marry him, and she said yes. The marriage was found for Sunday, May 31st. After the proposal, Jordan Mitchell and his girlfriend enjoyed stump sitting on the ground, On that same day, Pastor Terry Baxter and his family went canoeing, just after eating lunch, and then they went swimming. At night that same day, Macy Powell was stargazing and saw two shooting stars. She planned on playing Gaga Ball with her friends on the following day after church, but that plan was not able to happen because there was a thunderstorm on the following day after the church service was over. Macy just played a customized board game with her friends instead. The group of 5 friends, Macy Powell, Robert Donnelly, Kevin Huxley, Rose Hayes, and her twin sister, Violet Hayes. The other 3 people who are in the clique of 8 friends were not there because they wanted to do a different fun activity. 4 other friends returned home after the storm passed. Then on Sunday, May 31st, Jordan and Rose got married. Rose is now Rose Mitchell. The wedding was amazing, as it took place in the woods. It was a cloudy day with a wonderful breeze. The wedding cake was made with pecan flour and sweetened with honey.